Hey, Money Mike here. Quick question. Do you earn more than you used to but somehow feel less free? That is not just in your head. It is a money trap hiding inside your own paycheck. Today we pull it apart and find the way out. Let's get into it. In a now famous experiment, a grocery store set out a table of jam to taste. On some days they offered 24 kinds, on other days just 6. The big display drew the bigger crowd. Far more people stopped to look. But here is the twist. The tiny 6 jam tables sold about 10 times more. More choices pulled people in and then quietly froze them. Overwhelmed, most walked away with nothing. Psychologists call this the paradox of choice, and it does something strange to your money. Because here is the uncomfortable truth. A bigger paycheck can actually leave you poorer and a lot less free. Let me show you how more money quietly becomes a trap and how to get out of it. More money, more choices. When you were broke, money was simple. Almost every dollar had a job before it even arrived. Rent, food, the bills. There was nothing to agonize over. The math quietly made your decisions for you. These days, even buying a coffee maker means wading through hundreds of versions, reviews, and price tiers for a $20 gadget. Now grow the income and the menu doesn't just get longer, it explodes. Which neighborhood, which car, which school, which of 100 ways to invest, which version of your life to buy. Every one of those is now a real, open decision, and your brain has to make all of them. And the more the menu grows, the more of your day quietly disappears into the deciding. Then comes decision fatigue. Every choice you make burns a little mental energy. Your willpower is a battery, and it drains all day long. Researchers once tracked judges ruling on parole. Early in the day, they granted freedom often. Deep into a long run of decisions, far less often. Same judges, same kinds of cases. The only thing that ran down was the brain doing the deciding. Now drown that same battery in endless money options, and 2 ugly things happen. First, you freeze. The big, important moves, the investing, the planning, get pushed to another day. Just like the shoppers at the jam table, too many options ends in doing nothing at all. Second, when you are worn down, you stop choosing well. You grab the easy, obvious option just to end the decision. And the easiest option is almost never the one that quietly builds wealth. Your sharpest financial thinking needs a fresh brain. By the time you finally sit down to it, the tank is usually empty. So your tired brain takes a shortcut. Instead of doing the hard work of deciding what you actually want, you outsource the decision entirely. You let status pick for you. The nicer car, the bigger house, the brand everyone recognizes. These are the pre-approved answers. Nobody questions them. They look like success, so they end the agonizing. And marketing spent a century making those defaults feel like the obvious, responsible choice. But you did not really choose any of it. You just defaulted to whatever looks impressive. And those impressive defaults are almost always the most expensive options on the whole menu. It can feel like ambition. A lot of the time, it is just exhaustion wearing a nicer suit. Now the trap snaps shut, the golden handcuffs. Each status upgrade quietly raises the cost of simply being you, every single month. The bigger mortgage, the nicer lease, the upgraded life, they all need feeding forever. So now you need the big paycheck, not to get ahead, just to stay exactly where you are. The job you took for freedom has quietly become the thing you cannot afford to leave. That is the cruel joke of the golden handcuffs. They are built from all the nice things you bought. Let me put real numbers on the trap. Picture someone earning $150,000 a year. On paper, wealthy. Several times the typical household. but their take-home is maybe $9,000 a month, and the upgraded life quietly eats almost all of it. The big mortgage, the 2 car payments, the private school, the lifestyle. Call it $8,500 a month locked in. That leaves about $500 of real breathing room, one rough month from the edge. So they earn a small fortune and own almost no freedom. The handcuffs never cared how big the paycheck was. Freedom was never the size of the paycheck. It is the gap between what you earn and what your life costs. And here is the hopeful part. Shrink that locked-in cost even a little, and the same paycheck suddenly starts buying real freedom. Which brings us to what you were really buying. The whole reason more money is worth wanting is the freedom it should buy you. Autonomy. Options that stay open. But if every new dollar gets locked into a bigger fixed life, you are not buying freedom, you are selling it. A bigger house you cannot afford to leave is not really an asset. It is a beautifully decorated obligation. You traded the one thing money is truly good for, control over your own time, for a pile of things that impress strangers. Real wealth is not the size of the life you are forced to maintain. It is how little you are forced to owe. The most genuinely free person you know might just be the one who quietly needs the least. So how do you beat the paradox of choice? You do the opposite of what it wants. The answer is not more willpower in the moment. It is fewer decisions to begin with. Make the smart moves automatic. Saving and investing should happen on their own before your tired brain ever gets a vote. Set it up once, and the same paycheck that used to vanish quietly builds wealth while you ignore it. Give yourself simple rules instead of fresh agonizing. A fixed savings rate. A waiting period before any big purchase. Then define your enough. Decide on paper what your good life actually costs, not the neighbor's life, yours. Most people never define it, so the target moves every time their income does. And the race simply never ends. Guard the gap between what you earn and that number. That gap is your freedom fund. And spend your raises on options, not obligations. A weekend you control beats a watch that impresses a stranger you will never meet. None of this is about depriving yourself. It is about choosing on purpose instead of drifting along by default. So here is the whole idea. More money hands you more choices, and more choices can quietly freeze you and trap you. The goal was never the biggest possible life. It is a life you actually chose, and one you stay free to walk away from. If this changed how you see your own paycheck, subscribe. We fix the way you think about money, one trap at a time. I am Money Mike. I will see you in the next one.